Hey YouTube! So apparently car videos are things I do now because it's the only time I can find to film. But I want to talk a little bit about materialism with new witches because my god have I felt this. Probably should have been one of the things I put into witchy fails because I need to reel it in. I need to just take a minute and step back. Because we all kind of know that, you know, it's like paganism, witchcraft, Wicca, all of it, whatever offshoot brand you follow with your path, and all that stuff. It is mostly an earth-based religion. Like, we all know this. So just by going out into nature and being yourself and feeling the energy and the magic around you, that is totally enough. You don't need any of this shiny, pretty, witchy aesthetic stuff. And of course, no disses at all to anybody who finds great pleasure and magical charge in those pretty shiny things. That is totally cool. You go for it. One thing I have noticed within myself is, as a new witch, someone who's recently claimed the word and is really exploring the pagan witchcraft path side of things, that my god, do you want to buy the things so badly. And it's not, and I've never gotten to a point where I'm like buying things that are like causing me not to like make my rent type of deal. Like, I can always make rent, I can always pay all my bills, it's not a problem. But I am noticing now, instead of saving up, which I really want to do, because I've got some long-term financial goals that I'm really trying to stick to. And I really fell off that ever since I've been following the witchcraft stuff, because I wanted to buy, I wanted a cauldron. I wanted to have a little thing to burn things in for my altar, so I bought a cute little cauldron. I bought subscription boxes. I've bought books upon books for knowledge and all these things that weren't necessary, because nothing of this is necessary for craft. You could just go, again, like I said, go out into the woods, walk around, just take a walk in nature and feel yourself and your own energies and be aware of things around you. And that can be part of it. That's all your craft has to be. It doesn't have to have any of this magical tools and things. These are just, again, tools, implements, things to expand upon it if you'd like. And I could also make a bunch of these tools if I wanted. And I've been good with some things where I've definitely picked up, like my altar cloth is a piece, an heirloom that I've had. There are dishes and things on my altar that were, you know, pretty simple. I've used candles I've already had in my house that were for more of like smelly happiness, but I'm like, well, hell, if I'm already burning it, then why don't I also use it for witchcraft? Like, there's been mixes and matches with stuff. And like attempting to grow an herb garden, because that's, you know, also with cooking, like that'll save me money in the long run. But other times I've definitely been like, I want to spend all of the money to get the things. And while some things have definitely helped me and benefit with my craft, I am starting to notice now that I'm going a bit overboard. I'm doing that thing where I'm like, I want to buy that thing. And it's like, well, why do you really want to buy it? Do you even really need it? Like, have you spent time with the things you already have? Have you really explored parts? Like, there's so many things for a new witch to look into and explore. It can be hard at times to remind yourself to take a minute with each thing. Like, I am still trying to really know tarot cards on a really great level. And that's something that takes years to really figure out. But suddenly I want to buy a set of runes. Like, and it's like, wait, no, you barely got one divination thing under your belt. Why would you want to jump over here? Or tea leaves. I want to get that. There's a cup, I believe, that several people have talked about to read it helps you read your tea leaves. It's got all the markings on it for divination and stuff, which is great. I wanted the cup. It's like, you don't need the cup right now, though. You barely have time with the tarot cards that you have. Why are you going to jump into tea too? Another thing to study and dive into. But I do want to study and dive into all the things. And that thirst for knowledge is leading me to buy more things, or feel the need or the drive to buy more things. And it's not necessarily out of a bad place. It's more of out of just wanting to take in as much information and realizing that, one, I have time, I can relax. I don't have to know all the things now. I don't have to spend all the money to obtain all the things and spend all of my time doing this. This is a lifelong journey. And so I can take my time with it. I don't have to buy all the things now. I can pace this out. And two, that other mundane parts of my life that requires money are also perfectly fine and valid. I would really like to, instead of I would like to actually pay off a lot more credit card debt than I currently am. I would like to really negate some of that. Help with finances. And I could probably cast a nice money spell. And along with the casting that money spell, which I plan to do at some point, is also to help me bring in money, help me to better manage my finances. And with that could be the fact that I should stop going after all these different little things that could pick up my craft. That could very well have always helped my craft. I have yet to buy a thing that I was like, that wasn't really useful. I pretty much have used everything, and everything I've bought has been very much with a purpose still in mind. Like, it was still very, I've used all the things. Not like something I've bought that's now sat on my altar that I haven't used at all. But I'm feeling the need to curtail it a bit. I'm feeling the need to, when I've paid off more of my credit cards, then I could hopefully treat myself by also saving up and buying a pretty new tarot deck, or getting a hold of, or buying a little bit of a bigger cauldron, or more crystals, or things that could really go, or finally get a hold of a rune set type deal, or buy all the books on chaos magic. That's my new thing that I'm like really researching to know about. Like, I want to buy all the things. So it's like, it'll be more of a reward to buy the witchy tools, because the things I have now are perfectly fine, and even if I had nothing, that would be perfectly fine, because you don't need this stuff. And of course, again, I want to reiterate this 20,000 times, because no digs at all to the people who have these gorgeous things and buy the gorgeous things. Yeah, no, buy the gorgeous things. If you is perfectly in your right, go for it. This is not a judgment on that at all, because I still want to buy the gorgeous things. I've just realized that I am starting to approach that line of, is this really necessary? Or other aspects of your life coming into detriment because you want to buy all the pretty things for your craft. And I'm starting to realize, yeah, you're starting to curtail financial goals with credit cards, and moving and saving up emergency funds and things like that are starting to get pushed to the wayside because I'm too focused on all the pretty things that I could be getting for my craft and using fully. But that doesn't mean it's a necessary purchase. Just because you're using it and enjoying it and get so much fulfillment out of it, is it necessary? Is it truly? I don't know. Questions I'm always having for myself. Anyway, that's just a thought I wanted to post to y'all. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. How did you guys find yourselves in this weird situation too, where you're like, I want to buy the thing, but do I really need to buy the thing? Like, do you question where that line is? Because that's one thing I say about everything. There are checks and balances for everything you do in life. And if you're not constantly checking in with yourself, like if I just was like, it's fine, I'm using it, it's valuable to me, what's the problem? Then eventually at some point I'm going to go overboard without realizing it and go, no, it's no longer valuable. I've gone over, it's done now. Not working at all. And I'd rather check myself now before it gets to that point. And I do that with so many things: mental health, finances, life in general, my craft. I want to check things. Did they work? Was it valuable? Is it still working? Or do you need to adapt and change a bit? So I think I'm going to adapt and change a bit. I'm definitely going to be cutting back on some of the everyday witchy purchases that I just seem to be. Even cutting back on classes a bit. I think I have a couple books I want to finish, which will be great. And then I think I'm really going to focus on just doing the craft that I currently have, and not focusing on, what's that new thing I could explore that I could, jump into. That's huge. I need to buy that, and that in order to do that. Because you don't have to do those things. There's plenty of stuff I already have in my apartment I could just use it up. So this is again part of Youtober. I think this will be one of the 2 videos I go out a day. We'll see. Who knows? But just because to catch up. So I have the total of 31 videos that went out in October because I'm doing it. I will commit to this goal. It is happening. Even if life got crazy and YouTube decided to glitch a video and problems. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow and have a great day. Bye.